Yo.
I can't look at her with a straight face.
Shut up. We're recording. Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon, delivered to you Monday through Friday every week. Today on the show, we scrap the format for Patreon supporters and have a video version of our Bourbon Confession show. My name is Miss Becca Sue. Oh, Confessions.
Yeah, we're baking as well.
Yeah. Oh, keep going.
You guys, I'm talking.
Wow.
And it would be nice if you guys would just stop.
Okay.
Wouldn't it though?
My name is Miss Becca Sue. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Alan Bishop, who's in space, Wes Harden, and Paul Casamatis.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Howdy.
What's going on?
Hey, howdy ho.
Not much. So, yeah, we've got a fun show today. We got one of our classic bourbon confession shows. Basically, that doesn't mean anything other than we throw out the format and we just talk about whatever we want. People have oddly liked these for some reason. I don't know. I don't know that it's our best work, but it is what it is, so...
Anytime you could get Becca Sue parting her mustache with her fingers,
yeah,
that's a good show.
Yeah, she did trim the beard a little bit because her brother needed some of that beard. You could see where it got trimmed there for his
eyebrows or something?
For his eyebrows. Yeah.
Yeah, he needed it because he was Oscar the Grouch for Halloween, and so he stole some of my beard. It's okay; it'll grow back in.
Yeah, I had that.
Now,
yeah. My kid needed some of my beard for one of her Halloween costumes.
Honestly, it's making it more like the devil.
Yeah, it's very samurai of you.
Yeah, it's good.
Oh, I go.
I was Gumby for Halloween.
You were Gumby?
I was.
You don't look like you could pull off the part of Gumby. He's pretty wiry. Yeah.
There we go. See that?
It looks like a Scream. Oh, it is Gumby. Okay. Yeah.
It's Gumby.
You're just wearing a big foam thing, though. You're not in any way. It doesn't show your body at all. Or anything. So.
I'm Gumby. Damn it! My wife made that. Her and her mom made that out of foam and fabric for me.
Wow.
That is weird.
Impressive.
It's you know what that is? That's bourbon weird. So yeah, well, it fits though. All right, so Wes, you said there's something you wanted to talk to the group about. What is that?
So have you ever been at a bar, out in public, anywhere, it doesn't matter, airplane, whatever, and someone has struck up a conversation and they find out that you like or into bourbon, and they go down the path of kind of demeaning people that spend more than $20 for a bottle of bourbon, and I would never spend more than $20. That's stupid, and kind of go down that path of basically your hobby and your enthusiasm is like worthless. Has anybody done that to you, and how do you react to it?
Never with a stranger. My father-in-law, though, definitely says, yeah, well, why would you ever buy a bourbon other than, something that's cheap, 80 proof, and then you just mix it with some ginger, as he says, and that's what you drink. I'm like,
I like Marianne better.
He's like, and that's how everybody likes it. I'm like, no, they don't. There's a whole other world that's not how they like it. So yeah, he can drink it however he wants. It goes back to the old Fred No thing. When he buys it at his house, he can, if that's how he wants to drink it like that. But that's not really what the true bourbon fan is, despite what he says. So yeah, I have to deal with that every time he's in town and sees all these bottles, and then asks me, what happens if someone knocks him over and breaks them? And I'm like, that doesn't happen. And then next thing I know, he's knocking them over and breaking them on me. Yeah,
my God,
yeah, taking them out. Yeah, oh, I'm falling. I'm like, oh, okay. Now I get to figure out what happens when someone knocks them over and breaks them. Okay, yeah. So yeah, definitely now I strategically put the ones closest where you can knock them off are going to be the cheaper stuff. So yeah.
Oh, that's what I did with my new little bourbon setup over here. is I put on that end, which is closer to the kitchen.
Right.
I have all the shit that I don't mind if someone walks over and just grabs and is like, I'm drunk, I'm gonna drink something. Like it's just right there.
So and you think they're going for FIFO, first in, first out? Yeah, they're gonna grab the closest one.
Yeah, they're just gonna grab whatever they can grab. And the stuff on this end is the stuff that don't fucking touch, and it's separated by the line of the two bar tops I have there. And so
it's kind of like the red line in a char barrel, right?
Sure.
Mm-hmm.
No,
sure. It's the exact same thing.
Not at all?
No.
Yeah.
No.
No?
Not at all.
Okay. I was trying to be relevant there, see?
Ding the dinger.
Trying being the key word there. Trying to be.
Yes.
Ding the dinger.
Sometimes you try and you're unsuccessful. Alan, how about you, man? What do you think about this topic? Anyone ever disagree with their love and fondness for bourbon and the things that you do?
I'm probably the guy that actually calls you out for paying more than
Ground control to me.
You probably don't talk to many people in space, do you?
That's one small step
Alan's
for
got
man.
that thing, where he sounds
One
like
giant leap for mankind.
sounds like NASA is contacting him, and he's doing some lunar exploration. So,
Well, it's the 50th anniversary of Apollo 11 man landing on the moon, so it's
I'm
appropriate.
actually in the moon right now.
yeah,
We know.
yeah.
We can know.
Yeah. So I don't know what happens. That happens to no one else. It's not like it's a common problem. Like, oh, okay, yeah. Well, no. Alan's the only person where else it sounds like he's in a tin can in broadcasting. So, yeah, with a string tied up to my house. But okay, so. All right. Well, I think we need to get past this by talking about what we're drinking. What is everyone drinking tonight?
Oh, I don't get a say so in this conversation.
Oh, Jesus.
God forbid Bourbon Weird gets to fucking add his 2 cents.
What would you like to add in on this one?
Nobody's ever asked me about that. No, I don't find actually people actually seem interested when you start talking about bourbon and that you have a little bit of knowledge and they're wanting to learn. If they drink at all, they seem to be wanting to learn about it instead of making fun of you for. Speaking of making fun, I feel like I'm sitting here looking at Becca Sue. I feel like one of those orangutans that sits there and pulls the nits out of the hair of the other one.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be picking.
You see how it is. You work your beard. Yeah, you always got to be working the beard.
Yeah, you wouldn't know, Paul. You don't have a
wouldn't
fucking
know.
beard.
Yeah,
You're right. I
So
don't.
you can comment on this when you grow a nice beard, like Steve and I. That's why we
exactly.
sit here and
This is
stroke
what we
our
do.
nice beards.
Yeah.
You won't see that. I don't like facial hair.
Yeah, I can tell because you're judging us about what we do with ours. So just leave it alone.
Okay.
All right. Alan has joined us. Alan, you're back
Again?
right now. So how do you
Is
sound?
he? Where's he at?
Still working out my bullshit.
Oh God, you're so loud. All of a sudden,
We can hear you.
touchdown. He's back, folks. Yeah.
He's back.
So let's drink. Well, Alan, we'll start with you. If you want to put your video on, you can. If not, that's okay.
So I got Wild Turkey 101.
Sure you do.
Nothing.
Go ahead. You can pop that anytime. We're ready.
Nothing. I've got Neely Family Distillery here. This is a barrel. I guess it's a video show. It's a simulcast version. I'll show you. I actually barreled this
Hold on.
myself,
What's it
so
say?
it's tough to see.
Oh,
but
is that the Toast Crunch?
no, it's just a regular barrel that I barreled myself there, or bottled myself straight out of the barrel. So
Oh,
yeah,
old school.
My signature's on there, so yeah, it lets you know. Here we go. Decent. It's our leader. I definitely had more than Alan did there.
Not
so
bad.
what does everybody else got?
Oh, Jesus. Now he's spilled it.
That was bad.
Uh-oh.
That was bad.
That was bad.
That was bad. I was looking at the camera and I spilled a little bit on the
You're
computer.
going to get moved back downstairs. if
I
you
may
don't
have to
watch
move
out.
downstairs after that. Okay.
That's
The
going to make a
warden
great
is
candle.
moving you.
All right. What's everybody else drinking? What do you got there, Wes?
Go ahead, Wes.
Go back, Sue.
All right. I've got some 1792 12-year.
What?
And
Yeah,
Where
you-
is he getting all these unicorns?
Bourbon Fiancé.
Yes.
And by the way, I do pay for these.
Yeah, whatever.
I'm sure.
Oh, whatever.
Oddly, we asked you what one cost just the show before.
No,
I
it
have
was
no
it
idea.
was like $68 is what that
I
bottle
have
was.
no idea. Okay.
It's a
It
made
was
up number.
$68.
If she had a spreadsheet, she'd know.
Yeah.
I don't want to have a fucking spreadsheet.
None of us
Paul.
do. None of us do. We don't. We
I
don't.
don't
wanna,
like spreadsheets.
we don't want to work for the spreadsheet. Yeah, we want to just enjoy our bourbon, not have to. It's not a job. All right, here we go. Oh, folks.
Bye, bye, Felicia.
I think that's gonna be our winner there. That's gonna be tough to beat. Can it be beat? And see, you notice that she had a legit good cork pop there. Yeah,
Oh,
I
Like
acknowledge
she did
it.
the last show.
I acknowledge
I like
it. Okay,
the
You
one on
did
the
steal
last
last
show was
one.
also great.
Wes, can you beat that?
I don't know, but I'm going to give it an attempt. I have last year's Parker's Heritage Orange Curacao.
I love that one.
Oh,
I like it a lot. Let's see what the old cork
like it
does
too.
here. Let's see.
Okay. No.
No.
Nothing going on the cork pop.
Ejected.
The Parker's good for the first one, and because of the low neck and the wide thing, it doesn't have a lot of good cork pop.
Yeah, the old low neck, the low neck and the wide thing. That's on
my spreadsheet too.
Paul, what do you got there? You're the last one. What do you got? You're between you and Miss Becca Sue winning here. What do you got?
Yeah, well here comes fucking victory. 1910 St. Louis's own Jackie Zykan.
Oh God.
This is the second edition. This is this year's release.
These usually have a great first cork pop, so it could.
Yeah. I've been saying
Is that a brand new bottle, Jeff from Iowa?
Yes.
This is a brand new
I swear
bottle
Jeff just gets them and throws them away. He just wants a good cork pop.
We don't even know if Jeff actually drinks bourbon.
He drain pours them every time.
Right.
All right, here we go. Well, that's plastic. Hold on.
Oh,
there's victory. Thank you, Jackie. We love you, Jackie.
It was close, Paul. That was really good. The swing and the miss, though, has to count against him.
Becca gets it for the beard. The
beard double one.
I think Miss Becca Sue got him there. So congratulations, Miss Becca
Oh,
Sue.
here we go. Here's payback because I called her out.
Congratulations, Miss Becca Sue, on the win there. So
thank you, Steve.
Yeah. Cheers, gang.
Konnichiwa.
Cheers.
Alan's back and we can hear him. That's good news.
Hey, Alan,
That's the
you're
first
on
time
Earth.
I've actually seen Alan. Alan, you look nice.
Yeah.
Thank you.
It hasn't showed you the whole time that we've been podcasting.
He does look nice, doesn't he? Look at
that
Alan.
Shirt that you got like 6 years ago. I like it.
Oh yeah, it's sharp looking.
I've had this thing since like high school, man. I don't know.
People, there was a guy who said Alan's a hipster. That's why he doesn't like Alan. And
hipster doofus.
Alan's a hipster?
Yeah, that guy said that on Facebook.
That is the last thing I would ever say about Alan. The last thing.
He had, there was a picture of Alan and Mike Veach, who were like the two least cool hipster people you would ever say in the world. And the guy was like, look at these hipsters, because they both had hats on. And he was like, look at these hipsters. I hate people like that.
Hey,
Alan, are you going to let Jeff from Iowa talk to you like that?
You know, it is what it is. If it sells a bottle, I don't give a shit.
There you go.
I'm back to that again.
Usually Alan attacks people a lot. That one, you were so patient with that guy. Because he wouldn't back down from that comment. He's like, well, I don't know. You sure seem like a hipster to me. And we're like, no. There's nothing about Alan Bishop that's a hipster.
No.
We had some douchebag today comment about the new commercial we came out with Spirits of French Lick and saying, I would probably like it if it didn't seem so hard that they were trying to sell us. Fucker, I run a distillery. I am trying to sell you something.
Oh, no, it just feels like you're trying to sell me things, and it's weird.
It's charity.
Yeah. It's weird. All right. Well, gang, congratulations to Miss Becca Sue again. Another cheers for Miss Becca Sue, please.
Wow.
What a great victory. What a great victory.
What a great victory that was.
Epic victory.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what, you slapped down Paul. That was nice. So, yeah. All right. What we're going to do next, we'll take a quick break. Of course, it is Patreon only, no commercials. We'll just do a little music interlude. We'll come back. We'll be crazy. We'll talk to you in a few.
Am I bringing us back?
Of course. That's the norm. Yes.
Well, it's just recording, so I didn't know. Are you actually cutting out and then coming back in?
Yeah, like we do every other time. It's the same.
Welcome back to the Bourbon Daily. Today we're just talking about bourbon, and we're getting video.
Yes, we are. So we've been at this for 3 hours already. Which is crazy to think about, but it's true. We've been here talking away for 3 hours and drinking, and now we're trying to do some sort of semblance of a show. Now, that being said, we've had all kinds of great conversations in between our shows and things like that that would be very worthy of this. Do we have anything else to talk about? Wes, seems like you just came up with something. What was
Sorry,
it?
I was watching a football game. Sorry.
Oh.
That was a great expression on his face, though.
Yeah, Wes just won a bunch of money, I guess. I don't know what the hell happened there.
I'm going to tell my John Cougar Mellencamp story.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So he was in the Costco last week when he rented the John Cougar Mellencamp.
No, let's not start on. I think the audience is tired of it. It's like, I kept telling that story about Bo in his shorts, and then finally I had a couple people come up to me and say, please don't talk about that anymore. They've heard that story enough. Yeah. So we don't talk about Bo in his shorts. But you haven't told me.
Wes with the crackers again.
Crackers again with Wes.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah, exactly.
Anyhow, so this is almost small talk, right? So have you guys ever said something out loud that you didn't realize you said out loud?
Sure.
Yes.
Yeah.
So the other day I was sitting in a restaurant, and every Southern Hoosier that I know has got a John Mellencamp story. Like, hey, I saw John Mellencamp at a fucking basketball game, right? And you're not really a Hoosier until you have a John Mellencamp story. And I never had one until the other day. So the other day, myself and my sales guy and one of the reps from Johnson Brothers are sitting in a restaurant. I've just finished up eating my supper, my lunch, whatever, and I see this dude walk in. He's got a leather jacket on. He's got on a pair of sunglasses. He's not shaved for a couple of days. And he just doesn't look like your normal, like, Bloomington sort of guy, right? And so my brain recognizes him, and he's like, holy shit, Johnny fucking Cougar. But I said it out loud, and John Cougar Mellencamp heard me. And I'm sure if he heard this podcast, he'd be pissed I'm calling him Johnny Cougar anyhow.
Yeah. He's
But,
just John Mellencamp now. At least that's what he says. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
He's an avid listener. I don't know if you knew that or not.
He is an avid listener, but go ahead.
Wouldn't surprise me.
Two smoked packs a day.
There's a drunk person for you, folks. Two smoke packs a day. Hey, well, it's nothing to do with anything that we're talking about. Literally nothing.
I'm dyslexic, right?
Literally has nothing to do with anything.
I'm
Any part of that
weird
story.
and dyslexic.
I think that wasn't dyslexic. That was Tourette's. There, just randomly screaming shit out.
Falling shoes.
2 packs a day, smoking.
Hey, the Johnsons are here from Peoria.
So,
What happened? What happened then, Alan?
So yes, Alan's trying to tell a story here. That's actually pretty
So
good.
you yelled out, "There's John Cougar."
First of all, how tall is he? I'm gonna
Johnny
predict 5'6". 5'6".
I'm gonna say short.
it's not that tall. Didn't look that tall anyway.
God.
5'2.5".
Yeah.
I will tell you, when he heard me say Johnny Cougar, he turned at me in one look, and like his sunglasses fell down on his nose. Gave me this look like, I will beat your fucking
He
ass.
looked up at you and said, "I'll beat your ass."
I'll beat your ass, bud.
Right? And then we sat down and we drank Lee Sinclair together. It was great.
Did he drink with
your
you?
bottle and put a heart on it?
Right.
Did
I
he
was like,
did he drink
Johnny,
with you actually?
life, I've never seen a little pink fucking house. Where's it at?
Yeah. For you and me.
Yeah. You know what? I have no idea what and there was a transitional time, like you said, when he was John. His big hits came under the name John Cougar, and then he became John Cougar
Right.
Mellencamp, and then he
said, "Don't call me that."
I'm just John Mellencamp, and you know, to us the people who are of age, which there's just most of us actually would be of age, I would think here, other than Miss Becca Sue.
We're drinking. I hope so.
Remember the John Cougar, though. The John Cougar era. Yeah.
I was never
When he
really a
started.
big Mellencamp fan.
He's
He
got
was
some
on-
good stuff.
He was on Dan Rather 2 weeks ago.
Dan Rather.
Dan Rather,
Wow,
does Dan Rather have a
great
show?
information to
Yeah,
have.
Is Dan
Hey,
Rather?
Steve,
Isn't
I
he
gotta-
dead?
No, Dan Rather interviewed him 2 weeks ago.
I thought Dan
Dan
Rather.
Rather
Does
dead?
Dan Rather have a show?
No, Dan Rather's not dead.
Dan
Are you
Rather-
sure?
Yes,
Or
Google
like,
it.
be like,
Let me
you guys
guess. He sang the 7th inning stretch with Harry Carey too last week.
Yeah.
Look, Dan Rather is still interviewing.
No.
What,
He's
at his
dead.
house?
He's on every week. I just watched him.
He's on every week. So Dan Rather has a show. You're telling us Dan Rather?
It's called the big interview with Dan
The big
Rather.
dead
And
guy
Dan Rather-
interview.
and he's interviewing.
How could it be a
rock
big
stars
interview with
and-
John Mellencamp? I mean, he's 30 years past his prime.
What does it come on? PBS or KUT?
Access TV?
Access TV, local cable access. Okay, perfect.
That's not local.
It comes on Spectrum.
AXS.
access is what you get when they shut your satellite off, but you still get the one channel.
Yeah. Which is
Holy shit! Did you guys know that Dan Rather was a fox back in the day?
No, I did
Fox.
not.
Dan Rather was
wow.
a fox.
He was.
I didn't know we were using 70s lingo now.
I never heard of.
Becca Sue has found her new bourbon fiance.
Yeah.
Lee.
He's
Dan
only
Rather.
83.
And he's apparently he's part of the weekly grind. He's doing a show every week.
Becca says she hopes so. Cha-ching!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's brother do the grand, all right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's not dead. It says
He's
so
not
on-
dead. We know he's not dead. No.
All right.
Well, you might be. Now I feel
I
like
listened to that show.
Death Wish
Do you guys
now.
listen to that podcast, Mobituaries? I like that one. And Dan Rather was
I
just on
love
that one.
Mo Roca.
Yeah. Mo Rocca? Yeah, he's good.
He's funny.
He's got that show, podcast Mobituaries. It's excellent. But he did one on Billy Carter. On Billy Carter was freaking great. And that was a train wreck. But Dan Rather was on that talking about it. I guess he had interviewed him back, in 78 or whatever it was when Billy Carter was really a big deal. And, they revisited that and stuff. So it was good. Yeah.
Yeah, those are really funny. I heard a few of them.
Have you? Yeah,
Steve,
they're good. Yes, go
I
ahead.
have a personal question for you.
Okay, go ahead.
About how much bourbon do you get in your beard when you drink? Because mine is just all.
It happens sometimes. It does, yeah, and you're not going to get it out of there. That's the beard will just trap it, and it's one of those things too where people think a beard is hot in the summertime. It's not, because it'll trap the. Alan can testify to
Do
this.
you squeegee it out?
You could,
wring it
because
out?
it'll hold the moisture in. It's almost like having an air conditioner on your face having a beard.
It's like
right,
a towel.
Alan?
It's like a towel on your face. You just catch your shit, you wring it out.
Yeah,
I like it.
Alan, am I wrong about that?
No, you're not wrong. It just also holds extra food.
Oh yeah, it'll do that from time to time. I found a Cheeto in there before. I'm like, oh shit. How long was
The
walking
regular,
around
or
that?
the regular or the jalapeno?
It's like I had Cheetos on Thursday. Shit.
It was a cheesy proof, Paul. It's one of the big ones.
Yeah.
Listen, if you get that thing long enough, it's like trick or treat every day. You're just like, what?
Yeah.
Unidentifiable,
You ever
but
found a squirrel in there?
Yeah.
right.
I hope I find a squirrel in here. That'd be fun.
Have you guys noticed Bronner has basically stolen my beard, and now he's doing the same thing? Because I shaved the sides down so it's streamlined.
You stole his recipe for. So
I
guess you can steal your beard, right?
I guess I was
a lot of
probably owed
thievery
that.
going on around here.
Yeah. I guess I was probably owed that.
If I were a beer brewer, this beard would be my greatest asset because I could take yeast from this beer and nobody would think anything of it. But if I do it with whiskey, they're going to be like, that's fucking gross.
Right.
Look at that fat guy beard.
Yeah. Well, compared to some of the other stuff they've used for yeast, which Miss Becca Sue is into all of them, by the way, the beard would be the least offensive one compared to the other stuff she's willing to drink.
Hey!
I think she pulled a McNew.
Yeah.
There we go. Oh.
Do you remember a couple years ago there was
She
a vodka
shaved.
company?
I shaved and grew my hair red.
Do you remember a couple years ago there was a vodka company that was taking sweat from porn stars and using it to proof their vodka down?
Oh, my God. No.
What?
What's it called?
No.
Beaver vodka?
Legitimately, they were taking sweat
That's
from a porn
disgusting.
star
No, I don't
and
want it.
using it.
No interest. I wouldn't.
Right.
I wouldn't even try it. There'd be no scenario where I'm like, I'll just try it and see
In
what you
full
think.
disclosure, it probably made regular vodka taste better, though.
Well, vodka sucks, but yeah. So, Miss Becca Sue, talk about all the beers that you were willing to drink. Yeah.
Okay, let's start from the top.
Yeah.
The first one was not a beer. The first one that I wanted was the Beaver Anus whiskey.
What?
That was your number
I was
one
willing to try.
Yeah.
Yeah, news. Very nice for me and Pamela.
They got someone that
I was
expresses the
willing
anal
to
glands of a
try
beaver, and then they use it to make
And
bourbon.
then the
with.
second one was there's a stag semen
Wow.
beer.
Beer. They use
Stout.
stag semen.
It's stag semen stout, and it's out of New
I
Zealand.
thought it was a made up thing until I found it, and then I was like, "Do you want me to buy you a bottle of this?" And she was like, "Oh, maybe not."
the Beaver Anus stuff. They were sold out of
Very
that.
salty.
Yeah. And the one
And then the
you
other
said you would drink it, but you were really against the idea. But you said you would if you had to. The final one was
How do you toss a salad of a
Vagina beer.
vagina beer.
Vagina,
Yeah, where
vagina
they-
yeast beer.
yeast from.
Beaver Pale Ale.
beer? Wow.
Yeah.
Drink that.
Would you
Said no to
actually
that.
drink that deer semen beer, Miss Becca? Sue?
I watched a thing on
Oh,
the Travel
God.
Channel, and a guy drank it, and he was like, "It's actually very creamy."
What a really creamy taste.
And he's like, it's got like,
It's actually very creamy.
So
I'm not joking about this, by the way. Like, this is a
You've
real
done
thing
plenty of
that I
research
saw
on this topic.
on
so.
the Travel Channel.
Uh,
So this wasn't like I
He's
was
not
on like the
selling
dark
it.
web researching.
I'm not like, oh no,
Channel.
I'm so glad to hear the deer semen beer is so creamy. I'm gonna run out and buy it now. No, now I want it even less. I have no interest.
Semen stout.
Oh God.
No.
And we should talk to Corey Welsh. He's always in Australia, right? Maybe he can find it.
Yeah, Corey Welch will have to get us a bottle of that.
Some brewer out there just playing Red Rocket with a damn deer. That's gross.
Oh my God.
mean,
Hard pass.
Who? To Alan's point, who's in charge of collection of that? That's got to be the new guy. Yeah. By the way,
hey, we're gonna need you to go out there.
That started out as a joke with an intern, and the intern fell for the fucking joke, and they're like, "Well, we better run with it now."
Yeah. Oh my God. No, it's horrible. So yeah, Miss Becca Sue said she drank that though. So
how can we talk about deer semen, but we can't have taint talk? I don't understand.
You stop bringing that up, Paul. We're sick of it.
God. Boy, he just is
How do
infatuated
you
with
someone else's microphone?
I know. Yeah, we need to mute Paul. Yeah.
Wow.
We need to have a studio where I can just
Paul,
mute
I'm
people.
kidding. Don't be sad.
I don't know what he's doing now. He's looking at the internet or something. He's looking.
No, I'm not. I'm sad because
he's updating his spreadsheet. Is what he's doing actually.
Well, yeah, the 1910. I got to put that in there. I got to put my tasting notes.
Okay. It was also a loser when it came to the cork pop.
Wow.
And a new bottle.
Yeah. Did you guys hear the episode when McNew beat Paul on trivia?
Wow.
Yes.
Here we go. Here we go. There we fucking go.
Yeah. McNew
On
beat
what
Paul.
kind of trivia?
Bourbon trivia. Paul lives for this stuff, and told me
And
he listened.
you won?
He got on a trivia because he said, I listened to the previous episode. Out of the 24 questions, I knew 22 of them. He's like, you got to have me on. So I had him on, and then I had McNew on, and I also had Andrew Webrink, and and who else? Who's the other one from Moonshine? Colin Blake. I had Colin Blake on. So those four, and who ends up winning is McNew. McNew smoked them.
I would say
She smoked everyone?
Yeah, she won.
Smoking is an exaggeration.
She won.
No, she did.
won.
She beat y'all's ass.
Yeah, she
played the game.
Yeah.
I knew more fucking questions.
Okay, so for one, does not surprise me with Webrink because we all know how he did on Bourbon Millionaire.
Yeah, exactly. He's still angry.
He
about
lost.
that.
He lost bad. He was
He's
salty
probably
about that.
butthurt about that still.
I even wrote the question for him because that's all. Every time I go to a new distillery, he's like, "Well, how big's their column still?" Because he lives for that stuff. That's all he wants to know. What's the size? I'm like, I didn't ask the question. He's like, you got it. That's a question you got to ask. You got to walk out there knowing, is it 36 inch? You're going to know how serious they are about the business when you know how big their column still is. I'm like, I didn't ask. I'm sorry. So
We call that a size queen.
Yeah, that's what he's into. So I asked him a question about it, and he was furious. He didn't know, and it was at the Bernheim distillery, so it wasn't like a big secret one either. And he had had 4 different choices. It's the Bourbon Millionaire. You get 4 choices, and he got it wrong. And
That was the funniest show.
Also, Colin, for sure, Bourbon Mark, for sure.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But good guy though, great guy.
Yeah. Well, McNew beat him. Yeah.
I love it.
I'll say this much: I would not win.
Well, you never know. Yeah,
I don't know a thing.
Yeah.
What if you did that with the fiance?
It wasn't about knowing a thing. It was about knowing when to toss.
Remember that one show when Paul said the glass that you had was breakable, and you're like, "Well, it is a glass."
Can you believe how breakable this glass is?
That thing is as fragile as glass.
That particular glass is very fragile. I broke
No, it's
2
not.
of them.
I still have 2 of them, and I've had them for years.
And you think she's careful with anything, Paul? No.
You think
No, I don't.
have nice things?
No, she doesn't have anything nice. Yeah. So.
I actually do have many nice things, but
Becca Sue's the kind of person, if she falls out of that chair right now and she's got a glass in her hand, all you're going to see is the glass in the air.
Her setting it down on the table as she falls.
Yeah, I will
Somehow,
save
miraculously.
I don't. If there's, I'll go down with the ship with my bourbon wall.
Oh yeah. Did you hear that show where McNew
Burn
fell
the
off the
ring of
chair
fire.
doing the cork pop? And she denies it now. She was doing a cork pop. She does this, and I guess it got stuck. But then when it opened up, and then she just kept flying. You see her hair fly, and then her feet go past the camera. She's like, "No, I didn't fall. I didn't fall." We're like, everyone saw it. Yeah, everyone saw it.
Nobody saw that.
No, yeah. She picks herself up. She's all like fixing her hair.
Who did
and
that,
she's like,
McNew?
No. Yeah, McNew did it.
Oh, yeah.
Say it wasn't me.
Yeah, I was on that show. She was like, camera went like point to the ceiling, feet up.
Right.
And she pretended like nothing
She
happened.
pretended like
That is
nothing happened.
classic.
No, I
Well,
didn't. I didn't fall. I didn't fall. She
It's
didn't
like a
sit
bird
there.
flying into a window, and it's like, I meant to do that.
Yeah.
At
Makes
least all I've done is bring the laptop into the bathroom with me and like fall
did that.
asleep.
That-
Like, but I don't drop it.
You were in the bathroom.
There's-
You went to the
there's a
bathroom
court-
on a show, so that's out there. And then you fell asleep. You passed out on a show, and you were
Like
snoring.
Elvis.
Yeah,
Eating a cheeseburger.
on that couch right there, face down. We just see a lump on the couch, and she's snoring.
And also I didn't know for like weeks that I took the laptop with me into the bathroom, and then Steve randomly brought it up like 2 months later. He's like, "Well, you brought us into the bathroom with you." I was like, "I did what?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?"
Oh,
And
yeah.
Steve's like, "Yeah, you brought us in the bathroom," and I'm like, all of a sudden my drunk memory started to go, and I was
Right.
like, "Oh, I did do that. That was bad. That's a bad. Don't do that.
Don't do that.
Don't do that.
That was funny.
That was silly.
It was
Yeah."
fun.
Back to database.
I don't know what show it is. Honestly, I don't know which any. I don't know
Yeah,
when any
I
of
don't
my
know the
really
one where
bad
you
shows
passed
came
out.
out.
Yeah, I
Although
know-
Steve should have a database on the fucking
A
website.
searchable
that's
database
like,
would be great, wouldn't
so
it?
it's all the drunkest shows that there have been.
I've got a
And, like,
spreadsheet
not-
on that.
It's got to be the
There's-
Friday night shows. Like those are the worst because
Right.
it's the
No,
weekend
Mine were Sundays.
and it's like 5 or 6 shows.
Yeah.
and-
Mine
one-
were always
And the
Sundays.
one where Miss Becca Sue passed out, it was so great because I of course was up on my computer. I was working afterwards. The show's over. Everything's over. And like an hour later, I get on there and Skype is still pulled up and I see that the call's still going on. That means that at least 2 people have stayed on the line. If one person stays on, it just ends. But if 2 people stay on, it's still going. So I click back on there and there's Weebrink and I'm like, and there's Miss Becca Sue upside down, face down, snoring. And Weebrink's watching TV. And I said, Weebrink, what are you doing? He's like, I just got to see how this thing ends with Miss Becca Sue.
It doesn't end good.
And I didn't know that anything had happened for. Well, I knew for like I woke up at 5 a.m. and I was like, my computer died. That must be what happened. And then I
Right.
fell asleep and just did that. And I waited like 3 days and I was like, so like, what happened on Sunday, Steve? He's like, you passed out. I'm like, when? He's like, we did 5 shows and I passed out on the 4th show. And
Yeah.
he's like, you were like sort of in and out. You just wake up and start yelling things
Yeah.
during the
That happened.
show. At one point, I remember Weebrink's connection got bad, and so he couldn't say like what he was like. It was cutting out for when he had to say like, "Oh, where can we find you at, Weebrink?" And I also pop up. I'm like, "You can find Andrew underscore and Kentucky underscore."
Yeah. It was a bracket challenge. I know.
Back down.
I know we were doing a bracket challenge after you passed out, and then I had to fill in for you because we always need an odd number of people because you can't have a bracket challenge with like 4 people because what if both say 2 different things? You can't have a tie. So I had to jump in when you fell out, and then I voted for something you said you wouldn't vote for, and you get up, you're all belligerent, and then you passed out again, and then you are just out for good after that.
And after this conversation we're having right now, like you need to have the ABV's drunkest shows, like little click that you can go on to on the website, and people can be like, "Oh, I wonder which one this is," and they click on it, and they're like, "Wow, McNew was wasted."
Oh yeah.
And they click another one. Wow, Steve was wasted. Wow, Corey that one night was hammered.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, like all of us have been completely hammered. Like Bronner, me a lot.
Yeah, there's the show where McNew actually podcasted from the floor. She fell down and couldn't get back up, but still went on. Still did the show. We're like, do you just need to end? She's like, no, I'm fine. But you hear like she's back here. She's like, no, I'm fine. Just keep going.
Alan, what were you saying?
You know who you remind me of, Miss Becca Sue? My dad had a friend. His name's Philip Burnett. He's a good friend of mine as well. And Burnett was a septic and drain guy, right? So, like, we used to make fun of him because he went to school for business administration, ended up pumping shit for a living, okay? And I'm not using that to put you down in any way, shape, or form whatsoever. But here's the example. He shows up at my dad's house a couple of years ago, and he's just as drunk as he can possibly be, right? And I'm not advocating drinking and driving, but he said one of the funniest things I've ever heard. He shows up in his septic and drain truck. He gets out of the truck. I'm in the front yard, and he's like, "Yep, having a good time, drinking and driving." Nobody expects you drunk when you're driving a shit truck around.
That's fair. That's very fair.
That's fair. You're not wrong, Alan. No.
Yeah, I mean it makes sense.
Yeah. All right. Well, this was the best we could do for our Patreon supporters.
This was it. That's the best we have.
That's the best we got right here.
Very good.
Yeah, thank you. I just want to say thank you. They make a difference in what we do, so it's huge. They're the ones that actually keep us going, actually. So you look at all the other stuff we do, advertisers come and go, a lot of things that we do, but you know what, our Patreon, what our supporters do for us is keep the network on the air. So we appreciate everything that you do. So thank you, and I apologize for the show. All right. We'll wrap it up, as we always do, by talking about where people can find us. Paul, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
Well, you can find me at Etsy/shop/My Big Fat Greek Candle. And look for your email on the 1st and the 15th, as we are a, what the hell are we? We're a club. We're a partner to the crew club.
He's lit. He's not going to make it upstairs. He'll be passed out on the couch downstairs.
Oh, thank God I have 350 bottles down here to keep me warm. So you get a 15% discount on product and shipping.
Yeah. Did you hear that? He's supposed to have 28 bottles. He's 312 over his allocation.
I'll be there next week, Paul.
Yep.
All right.
Yep. Wes, how about you, man? Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Bourbon_Wes and Twitter at BourbonWes, one word.
All right. Alan.
You can find me at spiritsofFrenchlick.com for all of your Hoosier distilling needs. Also, for all your Hoosier distilling history at thealchemistcabinet.wordpress.com.
All right. Miss Becca Sue.
You can find me on Twitter and on Instagram at Miss Becca Sue, 1K, no C's.
All right. For me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. But we've also got a company website. That's abvnetwork.com. Check that thing out. Everything that we do is out there. So if you want to hear the previous shows where we got drunk, they're out there. We've got about 1,500 of them. You might have to filter through a couple, but they are out there. You won't have to dig very far to find them when we were drunk, though. That's the key. So
that's the key.
Yeah, there's plenty of those out there. Miss Becca Sue, anything else to say before we get out of here?
I'd just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review that includes comments. It helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. And also, you're all Patreon members, so I don't need to remind you to go on Patreon.
Get your friends signed up, though.
Get your friends signed up at patreon.com/the ABV Network.
Cool. Well, of course, every day we have a brand new show for you on the Bourbon Daily, so look forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Patreon people, we love you.
Aces.
Peace.
Aces.